Larry Smith. I'm the CEO of Catholic Charities and Archdiocese Housing. Kathy Vanderson is right inside here somewhere. Kathy? Kathy is our new Director of Housing for Archdiocese Housing. And I thought maybe you could introduce your staff and the other folks we have here real quick.
Sure. And then we have Samantha, who is our regional for this property. And we have Shelley. She manages our property in Carbondale. Kayla is back over there.
Ray is our assistant manager.
Yes.
And then Alex, he's one of our maintenance techs.
I also want to introduce Josh Russell. Josh was really the mastermind behind Archdiocese Housing for almost 10 years, 9 years I guess total. And you know, we wouldn't be standing here today if it wasn't for that guy right there. He has done such an amazing job. Yeah.
Nice to be here.
We never get, you know, it's funny, you don't always, I know he doesn't expect this, but I just want to take a moment and thank him because he really, over 9 years, not only did he build great facilities and do an incredible job of maintaining those facilities and getting people who really needed a decent, dignified place to sleep, a house and a home, but he recreated Archdiocese Housing from this muddled mess, so to speak, a lot of good intentions that were poorly managed into an incredibly well-oiled machine. And we really owe all the success, I think, that we have today at Archdiocese Housing to Josh. And so I just wanted to thank him publicly.
Thanks.
So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to dedicate it outside. But first, we're going to dedicate the facility and consecrate this plaque. Catholic Charities is open to anybody. You know, people ask us all the time about Catholic Charities. We say, well, you know, who do you serve? And I like to kid around, and at first they don't know I'm kidding, and I say, well, you know, we're very serious about who will help. And we have 5 or 6 questions, and if you say no, we just throw you out in the street. We don't help you. And everybody takes a pause, and then I say, wow, this guy's crazy. And I say, do you want to know what those questions are? And then people say, yeah, what are the questions? And I say, well, are you cold? Are you hungry? Are you sick? Are you tired? Do you need clothing? Do you need a place to sleep? If you say yes to that, then we can help you. But if you say no, then we can't help you. Because that's what we do. And so I want everybody to know as we consecrate that, we're consecrating every facility we have to Mary, to our Blessed Mother Mary, and asking her to bless all the workers, all the people that live here, and all the facilities, so that we are always keeping the right ideal in mind when we help people and we welcome them into any of our facilities, whether it's Samaritan House or the Mission or Guadalupe House or any of the Archdiocese Housing. So Father Charles is the chaplain for all of Catholic Charities and Archdiocese Housing, and we've asked him to lead us in this commemoration. Again, I want to thank everybody for joining us at the Sierra Madre 2 dedication. You know, Catholic Charities and Archdiocese Housing couldn't be any more excited about this project. Josh, would you come up here for just a second? Real quickly, you know, Catholic Charities and Archdiocese Housing, we serve anybody that needs help. We never qualify people other than just for the property qualifications. And that, I think, is one of the most important things. It's the nature of our faith to be universal and to want to help people regardless of where they come from. And I think that's been a critical element all along with all the activities that we've done throughout Archdiocese Housing and really for Catholic Charities. So I just want to re-emphasize that because sometimes we forget, you know, in the secular world and all the crazy messages that flow out there about what Catholic Charities and Archdiocese Housing is really all about. It's about helping those in need regardless of where they come from or who they are. And this is a perfect example of being able to do that in a partnership with both a city and the county and other, you know, statewide organizations, architectural firms that all came together to create an amazing facility, a facility that gives people the opportunity to live with dignity and respect in an environment which, quite honestly, I think any of us would be proud to call home. I mean, these facilities have top-notch finishes. They have exceptional design. You know, I mean, I walked through it myself and I thought, you know, if I could get one of these apartments, I'd move to Summit County. But I don't think I'd qualify. So that's a good thing because I have a job down in Denver and it would be a long commute. So is there anything you'd like to add, Josh?
Well, this has been a great project to work on. I left Archdiocese Housing just a few months ago, but have stayed on to finish this project up, and I really appreciate the opportunity to do so because this has been a project that's been near and dear to my heart. I remember the day that we had a maintenance tech, John Rodriguez, who lived on site, and he called me one day and he said, Josh, there's a for sale sign on the lot next door. You should buy that. I said, John, all right. I picked up the phone and I called the listing agent, Anne Marie Oli, who I'm sure a lot of you know here in And Dylan, I said, well, we're interested in buying your site. She goes, oh, really? And one thing led to another, and here we are today. So it's really been a lot of fun to be part of this. And it's just an example of how it really does take a real collaborative effort to pull this together. It was a lot of fun to kind of be at the center of that, but I really appreciate all the support we've gotten from the city, the town of Silverthorne, I should say, Summit County, Wells Fargo Bank. I don't know if we have anyone from Wells Fargo today, but they were our lender and our investor, and we're really an integral part of making this happen. The Colorado Housing and Finance Authority also helps to make this happen, and so it really takes a lot. You know, all the other people I'm forgetting, of course, but it's really been a lot of fun and a pleasure to be part of it. So
Yeah,
thank you.
Fantastic. So right now, I'd like to introduce Mark Liddell, who's the Assistant Town Manager and Community Development Director for Silverthorne. Mark?
Appreciate that, and thank you very much. One thing that I wanted to say is we don't often take time to celebrate some of these things. So I wanted to say thank you all for coming out and celebrating this, the sort of the grand opening, the ribbon cutting that we have going on here. One person that I would like to thank in particular is Josh. Josh did put this deal together. I remember talking to him about this site that was here, and it was a vacant lot for a number of years, and it was zoned for 15 units per acre for over 2 decades, and it sort of sat here without any development taking place on it. And Josh came into my office and said, geez, we'd like to do a project here. And so, you know, ultimately I think this is the right project for this site. So I really appreciate Josh's abilities to pull all this together from a financing and development perspective. Next, I'd like to thank the Archdiocese for doing some wonderful projects, providing housing for the community. The first project has been leased up for over 15 years, probably. And so this project is going to be a wonderful addition to the town of Silverthorne. Next, I'd like to thank the town council. The town council, previous town councils here at the town, had this property zoned for multifamily housing. And it's been 15 units per acre for more than 2 decades. So that's why I think they understood the need for having housing and multifamily housing within the community to provide for the workforce families that are here. So I think that was hugely important from the town council's perspective. They also commissioned some of the affordable housing studies that we did back in 2008, and we certainly knew that rentals were an important piece of that. So I really appreciate the town council having the foresight to provide affordable housing for rentals in this community. And lastly, I'd like to thank the county commissioners. The county commissioners really stepped up and really helped out with this site. You can see this wonderful playground that's behind us here. They stepped up financially to say that let's build something great for this community. So this is a wonderful site and a beautiful amenity to have some of these things for the community. So thank you very much on behalf of the town of Silverthorne. I really appreciate it. And to the new residents that are here, we welcome you to Silverthorne. So thank you very much.
Next person I'd like to introduce is Karn Stiglmeyer, who is from Summit County.
Thank you all for being here. This is such an exciting celebration. We're really, really happy to see this come to fruition, and want to especially thank the Archdiocese for this big investment in our community. And thanks to Josh, it's been a pleasure working with you every step of the way.
Hey, Josh!
We've had many conversations with Josh, and so we're really excited to celebrate this. And I want to identify my co-commissioners, Dan Gibbs and Thomas Davidson. All 3 of us have been very supportive of this. We are blessed to live in such a beautiful place, and a place where 70% of our homes are second homes, and that contributes to the high cost of living here. The biggest chunk of that is housing. And so we were very happy to contribute $350,000 specifically for enhancements to the community, the sense of community. It's a top priority for us to have the workforce actually able to live in Summit County, raise their families, be a part of our community long term. And so that's what this project does. We specifically wanted to put money into this beautiful playground. Isn't it gorgeous? And
We're all going out there later.
good. We want to see kids playing here. We want to see the children growing up here, playing here, exercising, having fun, and being able to interact with their parents as well as other community members. So we really wanted to see this as a community gathering place, and that's what we wanted to invest in. So thank you all. We're very excited. We're really happy to partner with you.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you. And then I know Russ Camp from the town council is here as well. Russ?
I drive past this every day that I go to the post office because from where I work in the post office in Sierra Madre to and home, we're all on a line. It has really been thrilling to watch this come out of the ground. And we're certainly hopeful that the 64 units that are represented in the new addition will be just as beneficial to both the inhabitants and the town as the old one was. Thank you very much for coming today.
Finally, I'd like to thank a couple other people, and these are folks that work very closely with Josh. Kephart Architects are here today. We want to thank those guys. We could never have gotten this done unless they were here, so thank you guys very much. BC Builders, I'm not sure they are here. You know, they put it all together and rushed, you know, in a mad dash to help us finish up everything and get our playground. I mean, it was really a spectacular effort. It's one of those things that at the end of the day, you just take a sigh of relief and thank God for such an amazing work of art, really, which is what this place has turned out to be. I mean, the playground is pretty alluring, I must say. It's calling my name. I might have to put on a piece of fleece or something and run out there. I'm dating myself. And then finally, I'd like to thank all of our staff. You know, we had staff that has come up from our Glenwood Springs and Carbondale properties that are up here. We have a lot of our staff that have come up from Denver. And then, of course, all the staff that's here, Cindy, Ray, and all the group that manage this property. You know, we could never do this. Catholic Charities is now up to about 450 employees, about 100 of which are just for the Archdiocesan housing properties. And, you know, this is our latest, but hopefully not our last. And we're already working on another project with Josh that'll hopefully be up in Weld County, where they have less than, I think, a 1% vacancy rate. I mean, it's a huge need for affordable housing up there, especially after the floods that hit last September. And so we're working on a project up there, and we're also trying to work on some potential daycare opportunities up here, daycare facilities. And that's very early stages, but you know, we're always open to different types of things that we can do. We have 6 daycare facilities in our portfolio, most of which are down in the Denver metro area. We're opening up our 6th one in January in the Mariposa area, which is just south of downtown. Another huge need, especially for some of the lower income folks who struggle when they go to work with what to do with their children. And so by providing them with a really quality opportunity for someplace where their kids can go and they know they're secure, it just makes their life that much easier, and that much easier to go to work and to know that they can be a family when they come home, have a decent place to live, and a secure place for their children to grow up. So thank you all for everything you've done. It's absolutely amazing. We couldn't have done it without all of you and all the efforts and prayers and good thoughts and hard work. And so again, thank you for that, and hopefully we'll be able to do this again. You got it. God bless. God bless, and thanks for coming. There's refreshments inside.